All right. We're going to talk about a repair we had the other day. And here are some of the parts that were removed. If you noticed over there, we got some custom engineering going on. You see that gray wire right there going that way. So let me give you the backstory. The backstory is this: this trailer and tractor are what we call married. They're always together. They're never separated. They're dedicated to each other. The only time they come apart is when one is being serviced and the other one goes with a different unit till they get rejoined. Well, that's keep that in mind. They've been together for 180,000, going to 200,000 miles. They've been together. So we get the call, and first of all, the tractor is broadcasting a trailer uh, light issue on the message board. So we get there, and when we get there, it's broadcasting it, but we're not, all the lights are working. So then we're told that they added more lights to the trailer, and that's when the shop noticed that um, they had that message. So we kind of did some checking around, and that cord right there was had an intermittent failure, and it actually was for one of the lights. So we went ahead and replaced it. Now keep in mind, we started in the beginning. We didn't go right. We did all of our pre-checks, and we found that guy was bad, and then we found this little guy was not doing a good job either. So remember, I told you it almost had 200,000 miles. So all of this has been, jigging, and I don't like these push-ins. I don't like them. I really don't. We had to do some tightening of the bullets on it, and it still didn't work, so we replaced it. Now here's the interesting thing. This is a ground stud, and keep that in mind. That was a ground stud. This Grody wire harness, they're not all the same. And if you notice, this Grody harness it has a bolt to keep it from moving around, and that's great. I mean, that's a great feature. It keeps it from moving around. But there's another Grody harness that Grody makes that does not have this, but what it does have, it has a white wire coming out of it. So I'll go through the story, and then we'll come back to this. So I call for the driver. I call for one of the drivers that drives this unit every day, so that that's your best source. So I interview the driver, and the driver tells us that the lights are flickering, and not only that, they've been flickering for a long time. But now the lights are not only are they still flickering. Now they got this message on the tractor that's declaring that the trailer lights are not working. So we go through this whole mess of trying to figure out why the lights, why we're getting that message. So, again, we start at the beginning. So we go ahead and replace this guy right here. And then I have the driver drive the unit on the yard. And sure enough, the lights are flickering. So just by chance, we got the lights to stay turned off. So we start looking and we start looking. And what happened is I went to this, okay, this is your ground. This is your ground, and this right here, this is your left, your right, your stop, your ABS, and this is your auxiliary lights, okay? So your marker lights. So I went to this marker light, and I checked it, and I had positive power coming out. So then I went to the light, and I had positive power at the light. So then what I did some voltage drop testing. Well, guess what we found out? We weren't getting ground to the lights. So why don't we have ground? We went ahead and did this right here. Well, apparently because of the way that the trailer's designed. And trailers are funny because they're all designed different. Some have fiberglass, some have aluminum, some have wood, some have all three. And all three are horrible at conducting grounds. So what happens is we go to the back of the trailer at the back, and we pull this harness out. And we notice that we're missing that white wire. Well, that white wire is a ground that's coming through here to the rear bumper. And the way the trailer is engineered, the ground goes through the bumper, back through the main frame of the chassis, and it hits some metal bracing that goes out to the edges of the trailer and provides ground for the lights. So once we replaced this light, this harness, we were able to stop the flickering, and we stopped the flickering of the lights. Now the other thing that was kind of interesting was the reason we were having the you like that, right? The reason we were having the message for disconnected lights is that, I don't know if you guys know this, these cables, and this is a tip. If you ever see them doing this in the trailer, they're twisting. They're twisting. You know, they'll twist, and what'll happen is the wires will start rubbing into each other, and you'll have a short that you can never find because you can't see it. And the other thing is they'll go open circuit. This one actually went open circuit, and if you would, with the light on, you do this, you could get it to come on and off at will. So 2 problems. We found it. But story is, take your time, try to understand what you're doing. These guys apparently had been farting around with this thing for two days and 1 night, and then finally they called us in because they were tunnel vision, stonewalled, and just couldn't make no progress. We went in there. This is what we replaced. Of course, if we would have just fixed this and not that, we would have still had a problem. If we would have not fixed that, we would have still had a problem. So anyway, thanks for watching.